everyone, welcome back to Music Mania. It's me, Christina, and today, of course, to end off the year, I am going to be revealing my best and worst songs of 2024 list. The time has finally come. It has been quite a year to say the least, a long year at that. Uh, so much going on, especially in the landscape of music. To overall summarize, pop music has made a big return to the industry in a big way. I think this is honestly one of the most exciting years we've had for pop music in quite a while. A whole bunch of the girls, they released albums like there was no tomorrow. I feel like every month or every other month there was a brand new big album dropping and everyone just overall loving them one by one. This year is also the year of hip hop diss tracks. If you guys were on the internet, you'll probably know exactly which ones I'm talking about. And those songs are actually on my best and worst songs list here too as well. So you'll just have to wait on my explanation for that right now. I will say though, I feel like this year was especially hard to pick I think both best and worst songs of the year because we got so much good music this year. It was actually insane. Like probably a better amount than we've gotten in quite a few years past. But also with all the good songs came really bad songs. I'm talking like so bad. I don't even know how it got released in the first place. So now without further ado, I'm gonna get straight into this video because there's quite a lot to talk about here. As always, these are gonna be no particular order like I've done with years past. It's just gonna be 10 songs that I really think should be highlighted in my best and worst songs list here. Okay, so as always, I'm gonna start off with the worst songs first, just so that I'm not mad at the end of this video. But the first song we're gonna talk about, oh boy. This is an artist that I don't think I've really cared for their music all that much ever, really, since she became solo. And that is Camila Cabello with the song I Love It featuring Playboi Carti. I think she thought that this would be like her ultimate brat moment too. When we all know that Charlie XCX is the only one that could do brat. Let's be for real here. Yeah, I think that's what she thought, but it's just a mess. First of all, this production, I don't know what's going on there. And then we have the I love it's over and over and over again. I think I honestly, coming back and like making this list, I wanted to turn it off so fast, but I just had to listen to it one more time just to really make sure that it's a worse song. And yeah, it is for sure. Then Playboi Carti gets added into the mix of this song, right? Um, no idea what he says the entire verse that he has on this song. Not one idea. I don't think it's any language, to be honest. It's gibberish. I don't even think that's English. It's not English, it's not Spanish, it's not French. Still not any language. It's just gibberish. This is not the campy song that she thought it was. And to be completely honest, I really didn't think that she had the best voice in Fifth Harmony to begin with anyway. And I know people are gonna be so triggered by a whole bunch of stuff I say in this video, so at this point it doesn't matter. But personally, I just never thought that Camila had the best voice in Fifth Harmony to begin with anyway. And I don't really understand why she became solo. That's just my personal opinion. Of course, everything in this video is going to be my personal opinion, but that's just, yeah, this is what I think. There's a reason why people stopped talking about Camila Cabello many years ago. This is just one of the many reasons why here. Okay, so you know how there's always that one newcomer to the scene that you just know in your guts is gonna be like a one-hit wonder? That's how I feel about Benson Boone. And the fact that he has this song called Beautiful Things, that's the next one I'm gonna talk about right now. The song itself is okay in the verses, right? But the reason I am putting it even on here and just talking about it to begin with is this chorus is actually so annoying. I actually wanted to cover my ears the first time I heard it. They would probably only play this song in jail or at the police station because that way, at least whenever they hear this chorus, they'll actually get a confession out of somebody because that's how irritating this chorus is. You just want to turn it off. And the fact that you guys made this song go as high as it did on the charts, but then again, I already knew that the public just makes different things go viral and go up in the charts, so yeah, just prime example of wrong song And, for whatever reason, it became famous. Next up is someone that I have watched on TV for quite a bit of time, and that is JoJo Siwa and her song Karma. Yeah, this song is just straight garbage. It makes the other Dance Moms girls songs look like masterpieces. So JoJo really thought that this was her Miley Cyrus moment in, making her break free of that kid superstar image that she used to have. So of course she did whatever she did and painted her face and looked like Gene Simmons from Kiss when she didn't even know who that was. That's already in and of itself pretty wild. And then the fact that we just have the music video too, the music video was just a mess. Uh really no reason to do everything that she did in that video. Dropping the good girl image only worked for Miley Cyrus because at least Miley Cyrus is actually talented and can sing. JoJo Siwa on the other hand, I don't know why she started singing to begin with. Also, this coming from someone that has been a lifelong Dance Moms fan since the day that that show ever premiered in its lifetime, on Lifetime, of course. Uh, I don't know, her attitude as well. I just something personally, like whenever she was discovered on Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition, and this is only stuff that Dance Moms fans can, know about. But ever since she was discovered on that show, it's just been quite a ride from there. And yeah, I don't even know how she even got half of the things that she got, to be honest. She was only ever masking herself in this like really funny personality type of situation going on. That's how she got all the stuff with Nickelodeon. And now the fact that she's even managing a kids group too. I don't even know how that happened in the first place. But overall, yeah, no. No. This song is just no. That's really all I could describe this as. Next up is just one of the very few people that actually have had the biggest fall off I've ever seen in my lifetime. People that used to be big back when I was a kid and a teenager. And first one I'm going to talk about, at least it's the first one. First one I'm going to talk about is Katy Perry and her song Woman's World. Yeah, this song just I already reacted to the song in the music video here on this channel way earlier. It's still as bad as it sounds today. In fact, I think it's actually aged worse since the song came out because now her whole album is out, that 143 album, I believe that it's called, and it actually flopped so bad. It's actually her worst performing album ever. And that's really saying something because this is from someone that produced so many good really good hits, actually, like hits that we still talk about and play to this day. I think she genuinely thought that Dr. Luke was gonna help her out, and actually help her produce her hits, when in fact, the opposite happened. Also, too, just the lyrics are so generic, it's actually literally offers nothing new. Then you have, of course, the production. The production's not really much newer either. It sounds like something that could have been released quite a few years ago, like 5 to 10 years ago at this point. There's actually other groups and artists that do talk about women's empowerment, but in a more creative way, if that makes sense. Also, too, the music video, and just the fact that she said that it's satire, quote unquote, that already proves to the point that the song, if you have to make an explanation about what the song was in the first place, that means that it really did not go as you thought it would. At this point, I'm just gonna say it. I think Katie should just retire from music. I mean, I know it's a little bit harsh, but I mean, if you have nothing new to say at this point, then what's the point of even making the music in the first place? That's actually a genuine question for every single artist that's out there. Now I'm gonna move on to a song that became pretty popular this year, and that is Fiend by Travis Scott, also featuring Playboi Carti. That is the second time he's on this list right now. I never thought I would use annoying and boring in the same sentence, but that is the only way I can describe this song. This song is really just that, annoying and also boring. The production is boring because there is literally nothing redeeming about this going on. Then, of course, there's just Fiend, and he's not even saying it in like a way that the delivery can make it like any hype or anything like that. It just like fiend, fiend, and I'm like, okay, enough. Are you gonna say anything else? And then of course he just talks about the same things that he talks about every single song. Playboi Carti, of course, like I said, and even the Camila song too, he offers nothing as well to this. I don't know why you're saying yes to all these features, dude, but you really gotta add some substance to whatever song you're coming in. This beat also just reminds me of any Travis Scott song. I feel like if you've heard of one of his songs, you've basically heard them all. It's the same beat over and over again, with the same lyrics, same stuff, every single time, and everyone just eats it up. So I don't know. I don't know what else, you know. At this point, I guess if it's working for him, it's working for him. But no, this song just overall, like I said, very annoying and very boring. Now I'm gonna talk about another newcomer to the scene. Oh, and I know so many of you are gonna be so mad at me for this, but I really don't care. It has to be said. I'm gonna be talking about Sexyy Red and her song specifically Get It Sexy. This guys, guys. We need to have a serious talk. Like I said, I know so many of you like Sexyy Red, but personally, I'm just not feeling her. I think she's overrated, to be honest, and overhyped. Yeah, her flow is not very good. Uh, in fact, I think it's actually really bad. Um, she raps like so offbeat. I know we've talked about so many rappers rapping offbeat, but this is like the prime example, and you guys just all ate it up. I just think her voice in this particular song is just very annoying and irritating. Also, her flow is not that great either. Literally anyone can do it like that, but even if they did, they wouldn't do it like that because it's just so offbeat. And just the beat too, also like just also because I have to just point out so many things with this. The beat is not that great either. I think, quite frankly, you guys are the ones making her the new Cardi B. The only thing with Cardi B is though is that Cardi B is actually I will say a lot more talented than Sexyy Red is. You know, if Cardi B wasn't so if she wasn't so busy dealing with Offset, I think she would have had a greater success in the industry. But, you know, because she's not releasing music, we're settling for this instead. I give Sexyy Red at least another year or two before she has her eventual fall off too. Just like one of the artists I'm about to talk about right now next. Okay, so I'm willing to admit I was wrong about Ice Spice. I thought that, you know what, maybe, just maybe, she can produce quite a few hits, you know, be here and there, especially because of how famous she was last year. But oh boy, the fall off this year. And nothing encapsulates this fall off better than this song right here, which I personally call the poop and fart song. But this song is Thank You to the you know, parentheses, farts by Ice Spice. The fact that we've got poop and fart jokes in the music industry now is actually insane. Now, this song was just part of one of the many rap beefs that we had this year going on, and this was particularly directed, I believe, against Lotto. If I was Lotto and I saw this song was directed at me, I'd be like, okay. Like, I wouldn't really think it's much of a diss going on. It really not much to work with there. The fact that the gimmick is literally about farting and like toilet jokes. I'm sorry, me personally, I'm turned off by toilet jokes, especially at my age. You know, as I get older, I'm just like, it's really like cheap. Like, okay, I understand what she's trying to say. Of course, obviously, you could tell from the song title alone and even some of the lyrics here, but there was another way you could probably have done this. And the gimmick was just so focused on, you know, the fart jokes that literally in the music video, there's fart transitions. I'm not even kidding. I probably should have reacted to this when it came out. Because whenever I first saw this video, I was actually mind blown about the fact about how many fart transitions there were and just gas. The beat and production are just mid. They're mid AF. So, yeah. Fall off, really bad fall off from Ice Spice. Her album didn't really do that well either, so that just really, yeah. Ooh, yikes. It really was a yikes year for her this year. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about another artist that has since fallen off. He was really popular in the 2000 and 2010s, but since then has just been plagued with, you know, fully racist comments, and then also supporting of people that really shouldn't be in office, and just overall terrible attitude. And that, yeah, I'm gonna say it. That is Kanye West, otherwise known as Ye, with the song Carnival featuring Ty Dolla $ign, Playboy Cardi again, which honestly I think that's a record for me about how many times an artist has been on the worst songs list in just one video. And also Rich the Kid too, who hasn't been relevant since I believe like 2018 or something like that. I'm sorry, but the fact that your main selling point in this song is she ride the D like a carnival is literally so outlandish. Guys, we need to come up with some better material here. I don't know, I think ever since he got with Kim, just his entire personality has changed tenfold, actually. Like, just like if you guys saw what Kanye looked like in the earlier days and what he did and what he produced and what he just put out back then, it's like a totally different person. I mean, honestly, I kind of knew that this was coming, especially when he did a song with Lil Pump way back in the day, too. That song is also equally as annoying as this. But this one, too, the fact that they're just chanting, they think that the chanting is gonna be the one that, like, gets people hyped up, when in fact, it's just so irritating to listen to. The production and the beat are pretty basic. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say about it. And then the fact that he gathered all of these people and not a single one of them gave really anything to the song. I mean, I don't know what else anyone can do at this point. I think honestly the only reason that he even wears that ridiculous full-fledged black ski mask or whatever that is, it's because his music is terrible. He doesn't want to show his face during it. I mean, really, that's probably the only reason he would wear it. And if he's saying that he's wearing it in the name of fashion, that is complete BS. The person that really fumbled 2024 this year. At least one of them. At least one half. The other one I'm going to talk about in a minute. But yeah, first one, Drake. Drake has had probably the worst year I would imagine. I can only imagine being at his house or just being around him. The fact that the fact that you had multiple songs actually just really roasting you at this point. And then to finally respond to everything that Kendrick Lamar has said about you over this year, you released The Heart Part 6. And that's what I'm going to be talking about right now. Okay. I just had to take like a really deep breath for this one. It's safe to say that Drake is mad. Let's be real here. That's really what this was in this song, okay? The fact that everyone was screaming A minor, and then the fact that people kept talking about how he hangs out with teenagers allegedly. Yeah, you could tell it really got to him, especially because of some of the bars and the lines and just the lyrics that come in this song. Yeah, he's really mad. But instead of using that anger and creating something that could have really just been a really, interesting diss track and just an interesting feud in general, he releases this song just full of false things that could easily be debunked. Even the fact, too, that he says he does not hang out with teenagers, but there's evidence to completely say otherwise to that. He also alleges a lot of really false things, and just things without proof, like how, Dave Free, Kendrick's manager, allegedly is the one that got his wife pregnant and one of Kendrick's kids is actually his. I personally don't think that's true, but that's what he says on this song. Also, too, like I said, the teenagers line and the fact that he compares himself to Epstein and how he says he can't be, a P word because I can't say the word on YouTube. He can't be the P word because he's too famous for that. That already in and of itself is such an actual really ridiculous excuse because the entire thing of the Me Too movement was the fact that all of these powerful men were the abusers in general. So he completely just misses the point in that. And guys, he's just so mad this year. The fact that he's suing UMG at the time of this video, because he's saying that Not Like Us was, streamed by bots, and even the music video was, bought by bots too, as well, too. Just accept your L, dude. Just accept your L. That's all you can really do at this point. Go hide away somewhere. If you're gonna make more music that no one is gonna really care about at this point, go do that. But I just don't. Yeah. I don't understand why he's still doing this. Just take your L, dude, and move on. That's why the music that you made was horrible. That's also why now someone actually stepped up to you, because all you do is diss women left and right. And now finally you had someone come at you, and you were like, oh no, too much. But yeah, that's entirely what you get, Drake. And now finally, the last song I will talk about is just another artist too that has also fallen off. I think the last really big album that she had, an actually pretty good one, was The Pink Print. And after that, it has just been a fall off ever since then. And I'm talking about Nicki Minaj and her diss track against Megan Thee Stallion called Bigfoot. My oh my, have the tables turned. I still remember back in middle school when Nicki Minaj was just starting to get popular, and Lil' Kim was the one that kept dissing her so much that she responded with a diss track called Stupid Ho. And we all know that song when that came out. But now the tables have turned. Now you're known as the bitter, jealous hag that, just really goes down and just really blames other artists for her downfall. This song was a response to Megan Thee Stallion's diss track, which I will be talking about again coming up really quick. But this song was in response to that song. Of course, we all know the Megan's Law bar that happened in that song. And she just got so triggered and actually had probably the most brutal and insane crash out I've ever seen on Twitter and, X, otherwise known as, on all places, just really going off. I mean, it got her so triggered that honestly, she just copied the lyrics and, from what she used in the tweets and just put that in the song. Also, the fact that she disses Megan against something that actually happened to her, and it's very much a case of domestic abuse. And the fact that she literally makes fun of that, it's just sick. Like, you're just a vile human being. I don't get it. If you wanted to diss someone, actually use facts. And the fact that too, like, that you're making fun of domestic abuse when you yourself hang out with well-known P words, okay? And I only say that because they were convicted, so it is true. I don't know, man. Another artist that I personally I think should also stop making music as well. It's really time for some of these artists, if they're not gonna make good hits or have anything else to say that's worth of substance, they should just move on and just go live their lives. At this point, they have so much money and they could probably retire and just live a normal, no, not normal, but more rich lifestyle and a more comfortable lifestyle at that. All right, so now those were the worst songs that I personally thought that came out of this year. And now we're finally going to start off with the best songs of this year, because I like to always end out videos on a good note here. And of course, I'm going to start off with the one, piggybacking off the one that I just talked about recently, and that is Megan Thee Stallion with their song Hiss. Now, completely on the opposite side of Nicki's song, this song was actually a really good diss track. In fact, it was actually towards all of Megan's haters and people that have publicly shamed her or have talked about her in a negative light recently. The fact that she got so many people pressed about the Megan's Law line, and the fact that that just that cleared everybody, okay? Let's call it what it is. That song, and even that bar alone, even if the rest of the song was okay, that bar alone cleared everybody that she was talking about. Her delivery in this song is so much fun too. Just like punch after punch. Every single line and every single word had a purpose, and it definitely fit in with the overall vibe of the song. Quite frankly, it's actually one of the best diss songs that we've had in a while, I feel like, especially in the name of female hip hop, because we all know that we talk about the men's one all the time, but the women's really don't get, like, that genre doesn't really get as much appreciation. But this song for sure, it's a prime example of what to do right here. Now I'm going to talk about the song that prompted Drake to even release The Heart Part 6 in the first place. And quite frankly, I think Kendrick Lamar has had the best year out of any musician possible. And that is, I'm going to talk about Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. Honestly, you could probably argue that any of his diss tracks, like Meet the Grams and Euphoria, could even make this list too as well. But Not Like Us is just really that song. I mean, this song was everywhere, and also especially in LA too, because I live in LA. So this song is around every single place I go to. After Kendrick released Meet the Grams, which is probably one of the most unhinged diss tracks I've ever heard in my life, I mean, I really gotta say that. Then he released Not Like Us a few hours later, and it is the most fun, like fun rap song and just a fun diss song that has come out of hip hop in the longest time ever. Mustard's production and beat on this song is just super memorable and really, really fun. I mean, the fact that now Kendrick is working more and more with Mustard and making hits with him, honestly, I feel like they should release like a collaboration album or something like that. And then Kendrick came up with some really good bars and lyrics dissing Drake overall, just as a human being in general, too, about how no one wants to work with him, and also the fact that he hangs out with kids allegedly, and talks about how most of the people that Drake works with and works for are P words. So, just overall, a really big mess, but also some really good music came out of it too, as well. I just know that this song is gonna be a song well known well throughout its years here. Now, enough with the hip hop songs. I'm gonna talk about some really good pop songs now from artists that you guys are gonna really know, and especially pop's really big breakout hit star this year, and that is Chappell Roan with her song called Good Luck Babe. Now, I know I have not talked about Chappell this year on this channel at all. Hint, hint, I am planning on talking about her quite a bit next year, especially in the next few weeks here. Yeah, we're gonna start off with this. Good Luck Babe is such a really nice song. Now, I really personally like her more upbeat songs anyway, but this song, like just the way that she sings on it and the production is beautiful as well. She uses the same producer that Olivia Rodrigo uses for her music as well. And you can just really tell that this producer just knows how to make stars out of the women that he works with. Because Chappell, her voice is so good. One of the more unique voices in pop this year. I also think that Chappell really tells good stories with her music. Like, whenever she releases a song, or even just in her album too, there's always a story to tell within the song. And it's just really a prime example here in this one as well. This song, to me personally, just feels like a song that really explains that you should just be who you are and not try to like push it deep down inside, which is really like the course of what her music is all about. And just overall really, really fun pop songs. I cannot wait to see what Chappell comes up with next year, because I'm sure it's gonna be super duper fun. Next up is another pop artist that I covered pretty deep this past year, and that is Dua Lipa. And I'm specifically gonna be talking about her song Illusion, because that song is so good. Still, I think, honestly, one of the best off of Radical Optimism. Now, I know that album didn't really do as well as Future Nostalgia did. In fact, it was a little bit lower than really Future Nostalgia was. But this is like classic Dua Lipa here. Just really, really fun dance music. And that's really all I wanted from her. The beat and production on this song is just really, really cool. There's lots of really cool like synth parts here and there, and just like different little changes as the song goes on. Then we have Dua Lipa and her voice, and she's just like really commanding on this song. And she talks about the fact that someone put up an illusion. That's I went about in great length in the album review too as well. But it's just like such a hard hitting song, I feel like, other than Houdini, which is my other favorite track, still on Radical Optimism as well. I know she's gonna end up touring this year, I believe. I think all next year in 2025 she's gonna be touring. And if I can get tickets to that show, I'm definitely gonna go, because I personally think Radical Optimism, as I've gone, longer and longer with listening to it, it's personally gotten better in my opinion. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that, But I actually think it's gotten a lot better ever since it came out. So I just want to see if I can even see these songs live and if I'll even get that chance right now. Now is another one of pop's rising stars, and that is none other than Tate McRae with It's Okay, I'm Okay. Now, I covered that song here on the channel whenever that came out. Definitely go check out that video because that video was really fun. But Miss Ma'am, this woman right here, this year, this next year, 2025, I think it's gonna be her year next year. I think this is what Katy Perry thought she was doing whenever she released Women's World, except Tate McRae's version is actually way cooler. Her voice on this song too fits the production and the beat really well. The beat in general too is a lot more hip hoppy than I thought it would be at first, but it actually really fits her voice quite nicely. Coupled with the fact that Tate also has amazing stage presence and just overall really good dancing skills in general too. She has all the makings of really becoming like a big pop star in the music industry right now. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens whenever her new album comes out, I believe in February, and that's just gonna be an overall fun listen, and I cannot wait to see what other tracks she has on that brewing up right now. Next up is the artist that I just recently saw in concert, and actually the vlog will probably already be up by the time this video goes up, and that is Billie Eilish, and specifically with her song Birds of a Feather. Now, this song is just so beautiful. I mean, honestly, probably one of the best on Hit Me Hard and Soft. The beat and production on this song is super nice. It's actually kind of groovy, but also like a little bit sad and somber too as well. That's just kind of like what I feel about that. And then Billie starts singing on the song, and it really is a song about like, you can honestly say like about love or even friendship, like a deep kind of friendship. It's just one of those songs that like so many people just can apply it to their lives, and even like of course that's really why that song became as popular as it did. I think even seeing this in concert too, it just really elevated my understanding and appreciation for this song because it just really is such a beautiful song. I think Billie and Phineas just have that formula down of just really knowing how to make such a beautiful song about like whatever they want to talk about and just release it. So I know. Just Billie just has that thing, you know. She just has that star quality about her. That's why she is as famous as she is right now. Now, the artist that took over this year, another artist actually that took over this year, and that is Charlie XCX. And specifically, I'm going to talk about 360. Yeah, Bratz was everywhere this year. I'm saying literally everywhere. You could not escape it. Brad is also another album I did not get to react to or even really listen to too much here on this channel, but I'm definitely thinking about, you know, doing some sort of like throwback album day or just some sort of video talking about this album too, because this album quite literally impacted 2024 as a whole. But I think especially 360 encapsulates that entire Brat energy in general too. See, like sometimes I always say too, not every song needs to have a meaning. Sometimes a song can just be for pure fun, and that's literally what this song is. It's just pure fun. And of course, with the catchy "I'm So Julia," of course, that stuck on like no tomorrow. Everyone started literally saying that from all the way since Brat got released until even now. Charlie has always been pretty well known throughout, you know, the world and what she does on features and stuff like that and her other solo stuff, but this year I think was really just the year that she has now gone into a big star, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that she can keep on going with that for as long as she can because she makes really good bops. Because quite frankly, you can even argue some of the other songs should be on the top two, but personally I always come back to 360 the most. Now I'm going to talk about another song that I have talked about here on this channel in great length, and I know it's probably not going to really be a surprise because if you saw that video you'll know, but yeah, APT by Rose and Bruno Mars. This song also took over the entire nation as we knew it. The fact that a drinking game and a drinking game song went viral and became such a good song is just, you know, it really speaks to how Rose's artistry really is. Coupled with the fact fact too that she paired up with Bruno Mars on this track too, who even brought him in his own flair. I was very shocked, to say the least, with how he did on this song here, because quite frankly, it really could have gone either way. But I feel like his presence actually added to the song too as well. Personally, I think it's way better than the Lady Gaga collaboration, in my personal opinion. Yeah, I know that's gonna be a whole stir, because that song went viral. But also, yeah, this one I think just went even more viral. It was so, so good. The fact that she even does a rock song in general too, when, you know, it was all slower songs and poppy songs with YG when she was there. It just truly top out. I knew in my mind that Rose was gonna be so, so good at a rock song. I'm genuinely hoping that she releases more rock songs like this, or just other like darker rock songs or like punk rock songs too, because we didn't really get too much of that in her album Rosie, which I'm also, you know, gonna do a video on very, very soon. But yeah, I just really want more songs from her like this too as well. And she had a really awesome year. I can't wait to see what else she has coming up eventually. Next up is a band that I've also covered here on this channel. I didn't get to finish their entire album music video series. I know. But trust me, 2025, I'm gonna resume all of that and finish it up because, yeah, I know I completely forgot all about it. But I am gonna be talking about 21 Pilots and their song called Next Semester. Yeah, I really like this song. They go definitely more into their rock roots here, and it's just really one of those like fun songs that I can imagine just driving to like during the beach or like even during the summertime too. Like that's just like what I feel like that beat is. Now the song itself talks about mental health struggles and just really trying to like pull themselves out of it. Especially you could see that in the music video too, like very, very clearly, to be honest. And I don't know, like, you know, with the fact that it talks about such heavy topics, it's also just a really, really fun song too. And then of course we have the catchy "Hey kid, get out of the road" part of the song too. And that's really all I needed for that. It just gets me like super hyped up too, to be honest. That's just like that's really just how this beat and just overall vibe of the song is. Like I said, fingers crossed, I'm gonna start doing these again with 21 Pilots. I just need to get the time, and then hopefully I will start again in January and finish everything up by the end of January with them. And now, lastly, I'm gonna talk about a band that if you've been on this channel before, you know that I really like them. Yep. And I think, yeah, safe to say, that's Bring Me the Horizon. And specifically, I'm going to talk about their song called Top 10 Statues That Cried Blood. Because I know I haven't talked about this album. I know lots of albums I haven't talked about this year. But honestly, another album that I do want to get into next year. But this song right here, this song ate so bad. It ate so bad. I don't think I've ever been this gagged from one of their songs since Parasite Eve came out in 2020. I knew as soon as this beat started and just the overall song started, it was gonna be such a good one. And sure enough, the production just takes you on such a big journey. And then, of course, they talk about, believe this one is also a song about mental health struggles too. You know, no one's gonna come and rescue me. That's part of the lyrics of the song. And then this breakdown ate so bad. I'm sorry, like I said, literally on par with Parasite Eve for me, and that is a pretty hard song to beat there for me. Originally, I was pretty mad that the album got delayed because I was like, why are they delaying it when it's pretty much done? But now I completely understand why. Because these songs, especially this song, yeah, Bring Me the Horizon was just one of those bands that they know how to make music. They just know. And now I'm just waiting on a US tour. I'm really just waiting on that. I have no idea when that's going to happen, considering that they're practically everywhere else but the US. And the last time I saw them was, I believe, last year, and they were opening for Fall Out Boy, of all people. So yeah, I'm excited. I want to see what else they're going to put out. And whenever they come to the US, just know that there will be a vlog for that. And with all that being said, that is the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like this video and also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I appreciate it so much if you did. Also check out all my social media accounts all on the screen if you definitely go follow and check out. Yeah, this is me signing out. The last video of 2024. I'll see you all in 2025. Bye. Also, have a good new year. Mwah. Love you.